Hugh Antoine d'Arcy lived March 5, 1843 until November 11, 1925. He was a French-born poet and writer and a pioneer executive in the American motion picture industry. This is Hugh D'Arcy's most famous poem. It was written in 1887 entitled The Face on the Barroom Floor.
'Twas a balmy summer evening and a goodly crowd was there, that well-nigh filled Joe's barroom at the corner of the square. As songs and witty stories came through the open door, a vagabond crept slowly in and posed upon the floor. "Where did it come from?" someone said. "The wind has blown it in." "What does it want?" another cried. "Some whiskey? Rum? Or gin? Here, Toby, sic 'em. If your stomach is equal to the work, I wouldn't touch him with a fork, he's filthy as a Turk." This badinage the poor wretch took with stoical good grace. In fact, he smiled as though he thought he had struck the proper place. "Come, boys, I know there's kindly hearts among so good a crowd. To be in such good company would make a deacon proud. Give me a drink. That's what I want. I'm out of funds, you know. When I had cash to treat the gang, this lad was never slow." "What? You laugh as though you think this pocket never held a sou. I once was fixed as well, my boys, as any of you. Their thanks, that's braced me nicely. God bless you one and all. Next time I pass this good saloon, I'll make another call. Give you a song?" "No, I can't do that. My singing days are past. My voice is cracked. My throat's worn out. And my lungs are going fast. Give me another whiskey and I'll tell you what to do. I'll tell you a funny story, and in fact I'll promise too, that I was ever a decent man not one of you would think. But I was. Some 4 or 5 years back. Say, give me another drink. Fill single quote up, Joe, I want to put some life into this old frame. Such little drinks to a bum like me are miserably tame. 5 fingers, that's the scene, and corking and whiskey too. Well, here's luck, boys. And landlord, my best respects to you. You've treated me pretty kindly. And I'd like to tell you how I came to be this dirty sap you see before you now. As I told you once, I was a man with muscle, frame and health. But for a blunder ought to have made considerable wealth. I was a painter, not one that daubed on bricks or wood, but an artist. And for my age I was rated pretty good. I worked hard at my canvas and bidding fair to rise. And gradually I saw the star of fame before my eyes. I made a picture, perhaps you've seen it, it's called The Chase of Fame. It brought me £1,500 and added to my name. It was then I met a woman. Now come the funny part, with eyes that petrified my brain and sank into my heart. Why don't you laugh? It's funny that the vagabond you see could ever have a woman and expect her love for me. But it was so. And for a month or two her smiles were freely given. And when her loving lips touched mine, I thought I was in heaven. Boys, did you ever see a girl for whom your soul you'd give? With a form like Venus de Milo, too beautiful to live. With eyes that would beat the Koh-i-Noor and the wealth of chestnut hair. If so, it was she. For boys, there never was another half so fair. I was working on a portrait one afternoon in May, of a fair-haired boy, a friend of mine who lived across the way. My Madeline admired him, and much to my surprise, she said she'd like to know the lad who had such dreamy eyes. She didn't take long to find him. Before the month had flown, my friend had stolen my darling, and I was left alone. And ere a year of misery had passed above my head, the jewel I treasured so had tarnished and was dead. That's why I took to drink, boys. Why I never see you smile. I thought you'd be amused, boys, and laughing all the while. Why, what's the matter, friend? There's a teardrop in your eye. Come, laugh like me. It's only babes and women that should cry. Say, boys, if you give me just another whiskey and I'll be glad. I'll draw right here the picture of the face that drove me mad. Give me that piece of chalk with which you marked the baseball score. You shall see the lovely Madeline upon the barroom floor. Another drink, and with chalk in hand, the vagabond began to sketch a face that well might buy the soul of any man. Then, as he placed another lock upon that shapely head, with a fearful shriek he leaped and fell across the picture, dead.